Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with another episode of Your Turn with your wonderful hosts, Paraka the Goblin
and Ghost, your co-host.
And today we're going to be going ahead and covering a couple things today about some rumors. Rumors of stupidity and rumors of excitement. Well, the first one we're going to go ahead and just get right down to the nitty-gritty and like really gross but also obviously believable. Why don't you go ahead and take care of this one?
Okay, so Grand Theft Auto 6, they're going to say it's going to be woke, and it'll be $150. This is a base price too. They said it's not. Well, this is rumors, but they said the base price will be $150. This is not the special edition. This is just the entry level, non-special edition version.
So basically, this is going to be a rumor episode. But yeah, I almost feel like knowing Rockstar, this sounds like they're like so cocky, like, oh, our games are so good, you'll pay $150 for it. Like, I feel like that's exactly what's happening. And they're going to be like, oh, no, you don't understand. It's this much bigger. It's this much better. It's just like what Mortal Kombat's doing. Oh, no. That 100 gigabytes is for all the interesting combos. And people are just eating it. Like, yeah, that makes so much sense. Like, no, it doesn't. I have 100 gigabytes of real estate on my hard drive that I'm going to just replace it with 100 and plus indie games that will probably give me a lot more distance. Words. Hard, apparently. But yeah, like... dude, I want to like Mortal Kombat. I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but ever since like Mortal Kombat 11 looked like punch mud, like it's just ugly to look at, and then now this one where it looks kind of better, but they're like superimposing like realistic faces on it that looks goofy, and then they're like 100 gigabytes.
Well, realistic faces never look good because they're uncanny as hell.
Yeah, like the superimposition faces always looked uncanny. But anyway, like. It's the same mannerisms of, oh no, we're downloading raw files. Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Why is that not compressed at least half?
But you're paying for quality.
It's quality, yes. No, it's not. And I think that's the same thing. Apparently Starfield has like 140 gigabyte download too.
Right now it's 100 gigs, but I think a 10 gig update is coming here soon. So.
Okay. So 110 gigs? You know what I mean? Like, holy crap, dude. Like, but people are like, no, you don't understand. That's just the future of game design and everything that has to look realistic. And you can still... You're basically saying that technology, because it's growing, everything's supposed to be even bigger. Or it
more
has to be bigger.
Yeah.
And like, no one knows how to optimize that crap? Dude, we had some of the best looking pixel art graphics on a small ass cart on the Super Nintendo when it couldn't fundamentally, like, if that was made now, it would just be like, yeah, it's 2 gigs. You know? Mm-hmm. But we managed to take that 2 gigs and shove it into like a 300 megabyte cartridge. You know what I mean? Like, they were able to do something with the utilities that they had. Now they're just like, nah, just throw graphics and resolution on all the tree leaves. I want all the tree leaves to look different. So when you take good look and just like look at every individual, it looks absolutely 100% different. And I want all of them to be rendered when you load in your video game. I don't need that. That is so stupid. And that's exactly what I feel like what's going to happen with this whole Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be like, oh, no.
No, it's a 300 gig game. That's why
it's a 350 gig game. That's why. Because you're spending what is essentially 3 games in one because how big this game's supposedly going to be.
Well, everybody's thinking, too, that they're going to charge, like, they threw the rumor out there that it'll be $150. And it'll come out and it's like $90. And then they're going to be like, well, it's not that bad. At least it wasn't $150.
Yeah, I could see that crap too. Because that's definitely a Rockstar moment. And I could see Rockstar literally suing people for criticizing them just to get money from it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, sue that man for $195. Sue that man for $600, $500. Like, I could see them doing that. Right?
I think it also
like, that's very Rockstar of them. Yes, I am harassing Rockstar. Oh, no. I don't care.
Well, I still think they're gonna do it's either that or it'll be like 3. It'll be in 3 parts and it'll be $100 per part, or $50. Sorry, it'll be in 3 parts and it'll be $50 per part. And then they're gonna be like a bunch of smarmy little bastards saying,
And they're gonna be like, no, each game is like a full game experience. Kind of like the Final Fantasy one, where we're supposed to get, oh no, Final Fantasy VII's remake is actually gonna be 3 full games in one. Gee, I wonder what method this is gonna be taking. You know, like it's just, it's so stupid. And like at the same time, like, you know, a lot of people are gonna buy into that.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, I really need the Grand Theft Auto, man. You don't understand. I've been waiting for this moment. Then wait longer.
yeah.
Honestly, like I'm using Mortal Kombat because it's so fresh in my memory. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but I am not downloading a 100 gigabyte game. I'm just not gonna do that.
Remember when GTA had cheats?
Yeah.
Remember when
that?
we played them with cheats?
Remember when you unlocked stuff instead of paying for it?
Remember when the cheats were free?
Yeah. I can't wait for them to be like $30 for big head mode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like $30, and like people are gonna be like, "Come on, man! You know the big head mode's a lot better now because it has the big headed engine. It has big head engine on it. It's really great. It's like it blows everybody's mind away." And I'm like, "No, it's stupid."
Kill me, guys.
Yeah, like basically, you know they're gonna do that. They're gonna stand for the whole thing. They're just gonna simp for it all. They're just gonna be like, no. The multicolor is like the multicolor blood is now like it uses its own engine, so that's why it's $50 for a download code, and it's still a cheat because you have to turn it on and off. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Even with the simp and the stands who defend this kind of shit, I think they're just bots. I think it's just kind of like they would put it out, like they would tweet it out saying, "Hey, it is $150," and then you'll have some people who are actually aware of what they're buying.
I don't know, dude.
They'll have like fake accounts coming in, gaslighting you, saying, "Oh, you're overreacting." Yeah,
I don't know, dude. There's a lot of things going back and forth with Mortal Kombat 1 right now. That's like very organic responsing and stuff. That they're like, "Oh no, you guys just hate it because you're just afraid of how the characters look better now." I'm like, "No, they don't." Oh, you just want them all in bikinis?
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Yeah, bring it back.
No,
bring it back, you cowards.
Like, even when we try to talk about, like, the whole pseudo-censorship and all that crap, right? Mm-hmm. I can see the argument for each individual character. You know what I mean? Of what should be worn to what. And even if they wanted to make them conservative, they didn't have to do whatever other thing. They could still kept that same savage design philosophy. Mm-hmm. But it's just not there. It's just like, oh, since we got to get rid of the bikinis, we also got to get rid of the spikes and the darkness and all this. Now we're just weirdly tribal, but also regal and Asian for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, like it is literally a weird identity that it has right now. But, like, I've seen the same responses that feel like organic too. Like, oh, you're just jealous. And then it's like, cry more, boo-hoo. I'm like, dude, some of these are legitimate concerns, like the one that's they just announced was Nitara. She doesn't look like Nitara, and Nitara used to be like very shrouded in mystery. Now it's like we're revealing all of her backstory, and she's a heroine. I'm like, she was a blood-hungry vampire. What the hell happened? You know? So that means, well, here's the point that's going to really piss me off is like, if this is the case, obviously MK1's saying that this is before she became a blood-hungry vampire, will we see that happen, or will we just see her just become a hero and we just ignore the fact that just happened, and they're like, oh well, we're rewriting history, and like this whole nonsense constantly, you know? And I could see that happen with Rockstar. I could see them having bots like, oh my god, yay! Oh, I can't wait to pay $355.69 for this game. Like, honestly, I could see that happening.
Crap.
Yeah, and I could see them literally paying. And honestly, I believe a lot of the YouTube, like huge YouTube heads now, are all bought and paid for.
Yeah,
like I can see like Moist Critical and be like, yeah, this game's pretty tits, you know. They're gonna make sure you say stuff that's not too controversial, but I'm gonna say ass a lot, you know. It's not completely ass, but ass, you know what I mean, ass. And people are like, oh my god, at least he has no. Get fucked. You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like it's gonna happen. And watch, one of these days, this this whole thing's gonna take off, and they're gonna be like, dude, you made fun of Moist Critical. Don't care. Don't care. You know? But, yeah.
Where's your teeth? Where's your balls?
Yeah, where is any of that? Like, but no, I could definitely see GTA be like, oh no, see? The thing is, I think your theory about them tossing out that price to see if they could, get away with it, I could see that being credible. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think it's true, but I can see that being credible. Of like, what if we say it's this and get everybody all like amped up and like, oh no, no, we care about we care about our community, so we're actually charging you only $85. Like,
Wow, such heroes.
oh, thank
Such
God.
heroes.
Oh. I am now so stoked to play because GTA 5 was like my love, and I'm willing to pay this much for this, and it's just like you're paying for brand.
Yeah.
Literally, if Nintendo came out and be like, "Hey, Super Mario Wonder is $70," I'm like, "No, get fucked." Because I still haven't bought Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, let's all point that out right now. And you still liked Breath of the Wild, though.
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, and I know I'm gonna get slandered up and down. Like, that green Pepe looking little bastard should shut up about Breath of the Wild. It's so good and dynamic. No. It's as crappy as Ocarina of Time, and Ocarina of Time was pretty crappy. There, I said it. You all can kiss my green little ass. I said it. It's true.
I actually kind
Facts.
of like Ocarina of Time.
You have a bad opinion. That's why you're dead. But no, like, I can see that. I can literally see that them going, why don't we tell one of our quote unquote leakers to toss this around, see how the response is. Like, I could see that actually being a legitimate thing from Rexstar. I really can. Do I think it is? No. But if somebody was to confirm it, I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can see that. But, yeah, more prices going up all the time for video games because reasons. And not to mention, we didn't even get to cover this last week because I decided to do an hour-long reaction video to a bunch of indie games. And, it's really empty when I'm doing it by myself. I'm like trying to have a conversation with myself, and I'm like just sitting there like, I'm gonna give Ghost some time to talk. Oh wait. But Sony amped up their prices too.
PS Plus increase of 35% for everything, and people are furious. But
Dude, 30%. Like, oh, it's only a couple dollars more. Like, dude, that's still 30% though.
yeah,
That's
the
a
price
huge
increases,
jump, man.
We posted right here. Yeah,
Like,
that's a lot.
That's still a lot in percentage wise,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is.
Like, imagine what your budget is to pay for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people, and the thing is, what I think is hilarious is like a lot of people try to justify, oh, well, you have all these options. How many of those options do you use? You know, do you live stream a lot? Do you do this? Do you do that? Like, all the options and features that you're paying for, are you actually even using it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know a couple, like, social media celebrities and all that might use it. You know, who knows? We might use it eventually if we just, focused on it eventually, but we have attention spans of bumblebees and dead people that, we don't really do it very often. Plus, we also hate Twitter, so there's also that. But like when you look at the budget, like, how are you supposed to budget an extra 30%? You know what I mean?
Well, supposedly they said it'll. What is it? It looks good. Like, their stocks actually went up because of that. But at the same time, like, who's willing to jump? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna jump ship just because, well, because of the increase. Because even Patreon, when they bumped everybody up an extra $1, because it used to be like, you can support your creator for like $1, and then they bumped it up to $5, or was it?
Yeah, it was bumped to $5. $5 minimum.
There was a huge drop off. Like,
yeah, so people keep using. Here's the reason why I think like stocks, because I don't are a really dumb way to gauge anything. Because for the most part, unless you're GameStop stocks right now, nobody else, like everyone else that you probably know, maybe has some stock in one thing that might make money, right? Nobody else is playing those games. So when Sony said, oh, we're increasing our prices by 30%, what a lot of these investors here heard was, oh, the revenue for this will go up 30%. And they're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Because when you think about it, if they're making like $3.7 million a month on collected fees, raising that up another 30% is like, yeah, that's what I want. And so you see a lot of people investing on it because they're hoping that a lot of people just begrudgingly just pay it. And they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait. And they all invest in it. And then they all freak out when everybody jumps ship because gamers don't play that game. They don't do it. They're not like Netflix where people are like, I just really need to see my shows. Nah. No, they're just like, literally they just pop on an eye patch and go, yar, and just you over, you know? Yeah. Like, it's just, I think that's where a lot of people are like, oh yeah, so Sony really screwed the pooch. It's just, you won't see it immediately.
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of people are like, oh, well, that just improves. It is the stupidest way to gauge any of that. It is genuinely stupid.
Well, it's either people aren't going to jump off or they're going to just deal with it. Because even with Netflix and Amazon Prime, most people didn't really bother to jump ship. They just kind of stuck with it and dealt with it. But, yeah we'll see. Xbox Game Pass is still kicking their asses, though.
Yeah, I'm still on that board that, like, the moment it has enough people's attention and claws in everyone, it's going to be yanked and it's going to be like, oh, this is now a service thing, it's now on cloud, and then people are just screwed. Yeah. Because they're going to be like, but I really, like, so many people are going to just begrudgingly pay that because they're going to be so invested in all the quote-unquote free games that they had access to. Yeah. Like, dude, mark my words. It's going to be prophetic, and I know it's going to happen because of all the other stuff I've seen Microsoft do. Like, beware. Like, a lot of people keep going, oh, what's good, da-da-da, because they're enjoying the luxury that they have right now. Yeah. But that luxury will then eventually kind of enslave them, more or less, into their gaming habits, you know? It's like, well, it's either pay for this and then pay for a better internet so I can play my games, or just not play the games at all. Dude, I'd rather not, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'd rather just have that stuff physical. I get mad about Nintendo Switch Online stuff, too. I hate that crap. You know? And then all it does is just, like, a periodic, like, internet check. There's a couple times I'm just outside and it's, like, just far enough away from the Crypt Keeper's Wi-Fi tower. I'm just like, oh, I gotta walk closer again. And just for it to just ding go, you're good to go for another month. You know, like, I hate that. Imagine being the one time that you never, like, log in for a bit. You're like, you know what, I should probably bring this because I will have a collect. And you're just, like, out and about traveling, and it's just, you can't get access to them, even though you're paying for it and stuff. Like, what the hell? You know, you had to get on Wi-Fi or whatever. What if you're going, like, on a camping trip? It's just screwed. Like, I hate that crap.
Sometimes you just got to be okay with killing your franchises. I've done plenty of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Star Wars. Marvel.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of people are way too clingy to their upbringing with their games. Yeah. You know, like, way too clingy. Like, again, going back to Mortal Kombat, because it literally is fresh and it literally is related to this. I grew up on Mortal Kombat. I loved every bit of it. I watched the movie. The movie was awesome, and they even explained that it's a multi-timeline type of thing. So, okay, I'll let that slide. Still a really good movie in comparison to a lot of other, like, video game tie-in movies and stuff, right? But 11 kind of really just soured my mood with it, and 1 is just doing all the things it possibly can for not wanting to come back. It's like, what if I punched you in the face too? I don't want that. I don't want to be punched in the face, but I'll kick you in the shins.
But we told you.
That's not what I want.
But we told you it wasn't gonna work.
Yeah. Like, dude, I'd rather literally buy 100 1 gigabyte indies. Dude, there's one indie that I just saw, and I'm gonna have the video kind of like right up here, where he's already showing you that if you max out your katana, you can parry a fucking nuke. Like, how do you not? What? Like, I'd rather play that right now. Yeah. and parry nukes for days, then play Mortal Kombat 1. Like, that's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
You know, like, as much as I do love indies, I love a lot of my huge franchises. If Nintendo announces F-Zero here soon, I'm all about it. I'd be like, yeah, you know? But we don't know.
Yeah.
You know? But I'd still rather play indies over a bad version of a game I grew up with. You know?
If
Same
it's
thing
dead,
with Mega Man.
Yeah, if it's dead, don't. If it's dead, be brave to try out new franchises because they're gonna bastardize it and wear as a skin suit.
More likely than not. More like there's rare times that comes back, like Mega Man 11 did, that just feels very Mega Man.
Yeah.
But then there are times where you get stuff like Saints Row, because that was gross.
Well, we got to bring the power back to the consumers because we got to punish these people because they have so much money to throw at these franchises that they could just be like, oh well, don't like it, too bad. It's like, well, then we're not going to buy your shitty soup. We're not going to buy your shit sandwich.
Just stop buying the stuff. Like, oh, but I really liked the last. No, too bad. You know, I'm not buying like after 11, and I was like, man, what's going on with this game? You know, after 11, I'm like, what is going on? And then 1 came up. I'm like, dude, this is the problem I had was like, and people keep saying, oh, you just want all the need this and that. No, even if I didn't get all the sexual appeal from like MKX back, the problem is that every character looks like a Mortal Kombat version of Daniel Craig's 007 movies. If you seen any random scene from Daniel Craig's 007 movies without being told it's a 007 movie, you would just assume it's just a normal action game.
Oh, okay.
So if you saw Mortal Kombat without the fatalities, you know, you just think it's just some guy's generic looking fighting game. You know? Like just at random. It just does not look like you would have to be told, this is 007, this is Mortal Kombat. Like, oh, I guess I could see that as Liu Kang. I guess I could see that as, you know, Raiden. I guess, like, a lot of these characters don't look like you would think they would look like. That just oozes Mortal Kombat, you know? There's some sense of savagery in Mortal Kombat from, like, Dark Deadly Alliance and Deception onwards to MKX. But now it's just, like, I don't know. It's like a weird Asian fighting game. Like this, it's all Asian and but then we also have some bloody that happens, but doesn't
China.
No, actually, China doesn't want it because it's so brutal.
True.
They won't like it.
I don't know. Evo too.
Even Japan doesn't.
Evo?
No, Japan.
No,
Japan
no. Like I think they're catering to Evo too.
No, I think with Evo, I think as long as you don't do fatalities, because that just eats up time.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Like for the most part, I don't think they ever had a complaint about Mortal Kombat. In fact, they still have a Mortal Kombat X, MKX, like side gig that still runs there. It's just that Mortal Kombat 11 eclipses everything right now. Well, and eventually Mortal Kombat 1.
Well, it just brings back to Skullgirls and DOA because it was too sexy. So they changed it so they could go into Evo because Evo had.
I think that was one of the leading causes. I think it's not the only cause for Skullgirls.
Oh, okay.
But you know, if Skullgirls said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do that because of Evo," you know they're gonna turn around and attack Evo, and then like Evo's like, "You're not allowed to mention us in your little thing." But I think it was a huge catalyst to the changes, and it's still bullcrap changes. And they're not going to be done with it from there. Like, they're hiring a bunch of the people who, like, they literally look at the stuff and go, no, I can make this game better. You just, whatever you liked was horrible. I liked the things that were deeper than that. And they will just write the worst possible crap you will ever see, ever, in games. Like, they have done it repeatedly. You have seen the crap that they've done in Volition with Saints Row recently, with the whole woman that just screams fucking shit just for like 10 minutes on it. It's like, oh my god, so millennial writing. It's horrible. It's stupid. It is beyond mind-numbingly just pathetic.
And if you love it, let it go. If you love it, let it go. Can't believe I botched that. But yeah, Volition is now dead.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, here's my assuming. Like, there's two major problems that happened with Volition too. Going into that segue, because it happened a couple weeks ago. One of the problems that happened with Volition is that they hired a bunch of writers that were pennies on the dollar in comparison for the same perspective that I literally just mentioned. They look at a game and go, I liked Saints Row, but if I wrote the thing, it would have been so much better. And then we got whatever the hell that thing was. You know, like it literally is like self-inserts with all these writing. Like you can tell, like it just oozes this whole, ain't I so awesome, being so good and hilarious by mentioning memes that I liked. Huh.
Not to mention
like
capitalism is so bad.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah.
Am I right? Please pay me.
Oh,
Don't forget to fund my Patreon.
Right. You are right. Capitalism is so bad that we didn't buy any of your fucking games.
Yeah, like it's, and on top of that, I also think that Embracer, like we mentioned a while back, it bought up so much stuff all at the same time. Like we even said, Titans, when they fall, they fall.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just a crumbling response to that. I don't think Volition will be the last. But I also believe that they will buy other studios, and I also believe that they will probably bring back Saints Row with it. I don't think it's the end of Saints Row. I don't think it's the end of Volition's talent within Embracer either. I do think they're moving some people to other studios that they're just not mentioning right now, because I think right now them mentioning that after the whole fallout with the Saints Row reboot, that would just make people turn around and target that company too, and like maybe force that one to close too.
Yeah.
Like we don't know, but I'm willing to bet it because that's how the nature of most companies work. Right?
Oh, okay.
So, covering that, but let's go all the way to the other rumors we needed to talk about, because we were going on some wild derailments going on because apparently I just really hate Mortal Kombat right now.
Fuck the AAA industry.
Like, holy crap, dude. Anyway, rumors. Nintendo's Nintendo Direct is coming. Like we predicted, it was still going to come. Apparently it's coming. And it's being leaked by somebody who has a 100% track record, because they got one Direct right, and that was the first time they ever came out. Like, that's literally the defense. Like, man, we need to eat all this up because they have a solid track record, dude. It's one time. Now, granted, let's give credit when credit is due. This guy called Poro Pyoro. He got Super Mario RPG's leak right. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know about him. I didn't know about anything like that. But they like to throw this little bastard in my face constantly now because we're doing research for video games. Has now been leaking this new Nintendo Direct. Now, I haven't done much digging into it, but apparently it's going to happen right ahead of the Tokyo Game Show, because apparently a couple of games will appear at the Tokyo Game Show, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. Which is actually roughly where I predicted this was going to happen, was before the Tokyo Game Show. We can go back a couple of episodes and it'll be right. We were right this time. Much better than we were when we were trying to predict the Pokemon Direct. We're terrible at that. But, so what's been thrown around that's collectively a consensus is that F-Zero is part of that, because they're dropping this whole Matrix Laboratory function, which is a programming function. That uses the terms F-Zero, which just means something that runs down to zero.
Oh,
okay.
So it's fake.
Oh, no. So, and he like kind of does another tweet that says some kind of Donkey Kong game's coming, like kind of hints and stuff like that. Now, because of his track record of being right the first time he was ever talking, but mind you, he was right about the thing that nobody would have guessed.
Oh, okay.
Super Mario RPG. How many times have people guessed it? Like, let's be real here. Even me being critical of it, I'm like, dude, that's going to be such an just such a project to like even make happen, right? Let's be real here. That's a beefy project to kind of make happen, just fundamentally, because you'd have to mend a lot of problems, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's just saying, no, it will happen. Not just, oh my god, it will happen this time, right, guys? Right? You know? Like, how many times have you say it before you finally... Like, he was not a broken clock. He just came in and went, Mario RPG. And, like, he also said Mario Wonder and a couple others that were dead on.
Oh, okay.
So, kudos to that. But again, that was the one time he's ever been around. You know? We don't know if he's still involved in anything yet. You don't know if that made him fired, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they just straight up, like, maybe the Nintendo ninjas got him, and one of them's just overriding his little thing. Ha-ha! This thing is going on. There's F-Zero. Ha-ha! And that's it, you know? And we just, we get something completely off, and like, Nintendo's like, ha! We've spoiled his routine, too, and then just backflip out of the window again, you know? And, like, now he has a ruined reputation. We don't know, but I'll say this. If somebody has a track record of 100%, for one time they did it, just pretend it's still 10%.
Yeah.
like all these people are a little too crazy about the one time he has a really good track record. I get it. He's not a Laura Kate Dale where they just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And stuff. He was accurate in pinpoint, but you still gotta treat it that way because you don't know he doesn't even have a track record.
Yeah.
He got one thing right one time.
Well, aren't there a lot of people too who got one thing right that one time too?
Yeah,
So-
there's a lot that were like that, and then they fell off to the wayside because they kept getting other things wrong.
Yeah.
You know, apparently, if you're people like Laura Kate Dale, where you just have a slew of people backing you up all the time, it just becomes like you just never get away from it. And they're like, oh, I'm just gonna make up stuff, and people are like, oh my god, you're so brave. No, you're moronic. Stop it.
Yeah.
You know, so. That being said, please let F-Zero happen. please, I'll give you money.
No,
I
he's wrong,
will.
man.
Shut
He's
up.
50%
I will
now.
pay
He's at
you
50%.
$70 for that. No, but like, let's please be right.
No, we hate F-Zero. We especially hate Paraka, right?
Hey, that's the new slogan going into the Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2. Because fuck Baraka. That's just exactly what's going to happen. Thank you. I feel genuinely loved. But apparently he also hints at a Donkey Kong game. Now let's back up a moment for that. There's been a rumor for the Donkey Kong game for some time now. They said it's not a Donkey Kong Country game, but it's a Donkey Kong focused game where you play as Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Now, that's been a rumor for a while. And technically, when you take a safe bet like that, I can see it happen. There's many branches that Donkey Kong has came up. And people are like, oh, is it going to be the arcade game then? He's not saying anything about what it's supposed to be. It's just that a Donkey Kong game. So, knowing that, I'm predicting we're probably going to see like a Donkey Konga, like, not reboot, but kind of like a remaster. Not Donkey Konga, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Like a remaster Supreme, where it's like the original game, but like a ton extra. Like a gigaton extra. That makes it feel like a new game. I feel like that's what's probably something that's going to be aligned with. Because Nintendo is having a pattern of ports as well.
Okay.
Like they're porting Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which is Luigi's Mansion 2. They ported Pikmin 1 and 2 just recently. They're going to have it physical here at the end of this month. They've ported over Tomodachi Life. Not Tomodachi Life. Miiverse. Not Miiverse. Miitopia. Man, I am horrible at names with stuff that's just like the weirdest like offshoots.
They're all the same anyway.
They really, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't even released a Tomodachi Life, to be perfectly honest. After the huge hit that Animal Crossing was, just releasing Tomodachi Life, let's eat that up. You know that.
Maybe they're just trying to step away from the Wii and like the 3DS.
Well, I think what's going on is they've been porting a lot of the stuff from the Wii U for obvious reasons. A lot of it didn't really make as much money as they needed to. And on top of that, people keep saying, oh, well, that's a cheap way to do it. The thing is, the sales of the Switch has quadrupled since the Wii U's lifetime sales. That means there's 4 times more people that this is a brand new game to. You know?
They got so many damn games. Like, you just don't buy it. You could buy any other games. They got so many damn
Yeah,
games.
they got so many other... Like, they average a new game a month.
Yeah.
Like, just averaging out all the weird stuff they do release all the time. Right? And then on top of that, like... How are you not playing any of the other games that they have now? Like, there's people still playing Breath of the Wild now.
Yeah.
Because they're still just enjoying so much of the weird crap that it has. Like, how are you just not playing any of this?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there just going, humph, this is a port. I don't want to buy it, and I think this is obscene. Then you should be playing something else right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, even if you have other systems or a PC, you should have access to a lot of major games right now. Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, didn't a DLC for, Elden Ring come out, or was it just announced?
It was just announced.
Okay, so
You still got Armored Core.
You still got Armored Core. You still got Diablo 4. You still got like
people are still playing Skyrim.
Yeah, so you still have all these other games. You're just sitting here being grumpy for the sake of being grumpy. You have options where you're like, oh, you know what? It's a slow day. It's a slow month for Nintendo. I can move on to something else. I have indies out the wazoo that I'm playing. And I also talk to a bit because, you know, apparently me gushing about it and stuff isn't enough. But you should have options right now.
Yeah.
Not just from like Switch. Even if you're thinking Switch, again, indies. Like, how do you not have anything right now? You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're buying a Nintendo system and you're only playing Nintendo games, how are you not already playing Super Mario Superstars? Well, Mario Party Superstars, right? That's online. Why aren't you playing that right now? Why aren't you playing Smash Brothers? Why aren't you playing Mario Golf or Mario Kart right now? Because they just released more DLC not long ago. Why aren't you playing any of that? Why are you upset the 1 month that they're releasing a port of something? You know? Just doesn't make sense. But yes. So, these, as far as leaks go, this sounds good. But honestly, when I take back and I look at it objectively, these are I wouldn't say safe, but these are very believable predictions.
Okay.
Because you're thinking, like, we still got that Super Peach game that we don't know anything about, so we'll probably get some coverage on that. Mario's just got a Wonder game coming out this month, so it's not going to be covered. They even have a dedicated direct beforehand, so that's not going to be covered. So we got Mario already set out the door right now, right? Smash is already released, Splatoon's already released twice. Mario Kart still wrapping up DLC. We have a port of Luigi Mansion Dark Moon, so we're not getting a Luigi Mansion 4 right now. We might get a Metroid Prime Remaster 2, you know? Or Metroid Prime 2 Remaster, because that sounds actually a little bit better out of my mouth. But, for instance, like, looking back, what other games would get people excited that isn't already actively out on the Switch for the 7 years it's been out?
Yeah.
You know? It has Animal Crossing, it has Mario Kart, it has Splatoon, it has Pikmin, it has literally everyone else. It has Fire Emblem twice. It has Advance Wars. Like, it has everything else that's leading right now. It doesn't have a Star Fox, it doesn't have an F-Zero, and it doesn't have Codename Steam, or maybe a port like Ever Oasis and stuff too. Like, that's the few things it doesn't really have.
I'm surprised Metroid is doing better than Star Fox and F-Zero.
Yeah, well, because apparently it died when it released Federation Force, but it was already had more frequent releases than F-Zero did by that point.
Yeah.
Like, people were just like, oh, I guess Nintendo hates Metroid. Like, that was such a stupid argument. I'm like, dude, it's one game, first off. It's one game.
I don't know. Everybody just likes to hate it. Even like Other M, people still won't shut the fuck up about Other M.
And the thing is, I liked Other M's gameplay. The story was garbage, but the gameplay was good. I liked it.
From what I heard, they mistranslated. I heard they mistranslated the shit out of it. The only thing I didn't like was the weird D-pad sideways Wiimote control.
Right.
I hated that so much.
Well, that was very uncomfortable to play anyway.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of games that let you play that anyway in that way. So, stupid. Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend. But, like, really, when you think about it, literally F-Zero should be next in line.
Yeah.
Like, when you take an advance, like, it would make sense unless we're just going to restart the list again. You know? Are we going to release another, like, Zelda? We just released a Zelda. Are we really going to release, like, what other things are we going to just release in this next, like, winter to spring window?
Yeah.
You know? Like, we really, honestly, don't have much else that isn't, like, brand new. Like I said, Star Fox and F-Zero are, like, key characters that we have not seen anything for. You know? We're getting a Pokemon thing this year, too. You know? With the Detective Pikachu. And then we're probably getting the complete editions of the DLC with Pokemon next year anyway. So, what else? You know? So that's just the way I see it. So it makes sense to be judged by saying that. And I hope I'm right.
I mean, it would be nice to
it's
see
gonna be
F-Zero.
it's gonna be a sharp left. It's gonna be like Nintendo Pro Wrestling, and it's just gonna be a wrestling game. I'm like, what? You know?
The F-Zero Adventures, right?
F-Zero RPG, F-Zero Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Xenoblade got 3 games on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like what else can we really work on that would just be, oh, they haven't covered this one major flagship. Every flagship title is out right now. All of it. In fact, a lot of major ones released this year, just like the first year of the Switch, of the Switch, when they released Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart and stuff. They just like launched that crap. And then even with a port of Fire Emblem Warriors, which wasn't the greatest, but that next year they had a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't compete with that crap. Like, it was really hard to top that first year, and it looks like they're just dominating it in this time. Like, oh yeah? Wait till you wait 7 years, and then we're gonna do it again. So, blows my mind, dude. Like, it really blows my mind. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get a 3D platformer, though. I'm not gonna lie. My Wonder looks great. I'm probably gonna have a lot of fun with it, but I wanted Odyssey too. But it is what it is, and we're probably going way over time. Yes, we are. So we're gonna probably end it right here. We went to 43 minutes, guys, of us just ranting about stupid crap. Here I thought we were gonna be shorter, but doesn't happen. So I want to thank you guys. We're gonna end it here, right here. So I want to thank you guys for listening in, sticking with us on this. If you like our content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you'll help us grow, tell all your friends about us and all that too. And as always,
we will see you on the other side.
Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.